whether that's within their actions, their conversations, literally anything. Be aware of that. I'm not saying you have to be suspicious of every single person you talk to, talk with, have a connection with, have a friendship with, simply even have a conversation with. Because 9 times out of 10, people are just wanting to get to know you, understand you, and build a friendship. And those people of that 1 out of 10% that have a motive, have an agenda, have an intention that is not a common thing, be aware. It's not like they are wearing a red shirt saying, I have an intention. Sometimes it might be the chillest person in the world. And they say certain things that make you question, what are you trying to get at? Because oftentimes people with an intention will frame certain words in a way that kind of provokes you to answer in a certain style, or in a way that gives them an answer that you normally wouldn't talk about. Whether that's about friends, whether that's about personal things, whether that's literally about anything. Just be aware. And like I said, don't be like suspicious of every single person, but I think it's important to have your own back, to be aware, to realize when something rubs you the wrong way, to remember that feeling and make a note. Because some people might not view it as coming off in a wrong way or having an agenda, but it's their actions that tell you they have an agenda. Because I was having a conversation with somebody and something just didn't set right with me. Something just really was like, that had an undertone of wanting me to give a reaction to a certain answer, question, response. And it made me think, why? And in my gut, that really rubbed me the wrong way, because why would you ask me about something and say something in response that would provoke me to reply in a certain manner that is not? And that right there taught me just to listen to my gut, honestly, that to respect them, to be grateful for them because of their kindness towards me and their generosity towards me, and to be aware of what's going on. Because I think when you can understand that people have good intentions, but they don't necessarily align with yours, there's nothing wrong with that if you can keep them at a distance, and when you can keep them at a distance. And I think it's hard when you have to be kind, be open, be sincere with someone you do not fully trust. Because that takes a lot of energy to have to read between the lines, to understand what they want, what they're trying to go at. And I think when you are surrounded by people that you didn't necessarily pick to be with, just by association with another person, it teaches you, honestly, humility. It teaches you how to be grounded. It teaches you how to have empathy, sympathy, because you know they are a good person. They genuinely are. It's just that they have a lot of things, and I have a lot of things, and you have a lot of things. We all do. And they just deal with it differently. And that's okay. And I think that we have to humanize those people, that we can't be like, oh, bad, they have bad intentions. What are they trying to get at? But rather trying to have that humility of understanding of maybe that's just the way that they talk and the way that they phrase things. Maybe it's in a way of trying to understand another person in a different way. There's no right or wrong answer, and there's no right or wrong reason. But I think there's a need to have awareness, to have that acceptance of that intuition and not trying to push it away, to be like, no, it's fine. Like, be kind, be present, and simply be aware. There's nothing wrong with being a little, I don't know how to put it, reserved. Being a little reserved, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I think we need to be reserved, but also be kind and compassionate. So I want to challenge you to do that. To be aware of who you're talking with, be aware of their intention, and to still be kind. Food for thought.